What'd I tell y'all? You wanted more Wonder Boy? You'll get more Wonder Boy with the NES flair. Hudson's Adventure Island. Developed and published by Hudson Soft. Let's just get right into it. I mean, you know, this ain't really gonna be anything new under the sun, for obvious reasons here, but we'll see what the differences look like. See if there's any advantage to playing Adventure Island over Wonder Boy. Now, make no mistake, each franchise did go in its own different direction. I don't think your health goes as high up in Adventure Island. That's what I'm noticing immediately. I could be wrong. Oh nope, I just have to collect it at a faster rate. Okay. The graphics are not as nice, I'll give it that. I'll give that to Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy looks nicer than Adventure Island, I would say. Yeah, there we go. There's our life. Obviously, a little bit of a different, you know... Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a different, motif surrounding it. The controls, pretty much the same, as you would expect. You don't get dolls, you get little urns, I guess, okay. See, I'm already gonna feel like a little bit of a pro with this here after all of the practice we had with actual Wonder Boy. Yeah, I'm not quite sure the politics of how this came to be. How a Sega game just got converted into a Hudson Soft game. It's an odd tale, to be sure. I'm just as good at losing my skateboard as I was in Wonder Boy, so that's great. Nah, we're gonna really see what makes these franchises click once we get to their respective sequels here. This is kind of the weird convergence point. And I mean weird. Like, imagine if a game identical to Halo came out, made by a different company, but instead it was about, you know, shooting your way through zombies. I know, that's what the Flood basically are. But that's just it, that's what makes it such an easy reskin, you see? I do think that your health goes down quicker in Adventure Island than it does in Wonder Boy. I could just be imagining things, and I'm not sure if the level layouts are a little bit different or not. It's hard to tell. It plays tricks on you when it's got such a different, you know, that's what I'm looking for. Theme to it. Thematic differences in the sprites contribute to making the game overall feel a little bit different, but the gameplay is certainly virtually identical. Maybe some very mild engine changes, just on the trip from Master System to NES. That's possible. I'd have to, like, play them side by side to see if there are any actual level differences or not. I think I remember that bat coming down, though, so I don't think there are any differences. I remember that too, yep. It got me every time. Amazed I survived that. Just barely made it over that thing. Good. Not yet Grim Reaper territory. Don't think I've forgotten. The most dastardly thing in the game. Maybe it's good that I missed that. Maybe that was gonna be the Grim Reaper. You don't want to get followed by that boy. Ah, that's it! That's the Grim Reaper. It's not a Grim Reaper now. Now it's like a thing with a stinger. Say, just... Okay. We somehow survived it, though. And then I just, you know, dove directly into the abyss. That's fine. Is this safe? Probably. Shit. Remember, it's not an automatic win game here. Okay, got our hammer back, and then we botched the jump. Yeah, the jumping feels ever so slightly different. And do my eyes deceive me, or does this game not have a continue function? Is this the rare scenario where a Master System game has a continue function and the NES equivalent does not? That seems wild, actually. Unless it's just because I never made it to Area 2? I don't know, though. Either way, we clearly gotta play a little bit safer. Adventure Island, you know, this might be like the big kids version of Wonder Boy. If that's the case, let's say, hey, are you a bad enough dude to beat Adventure Island? Any sissy can beat Wonder Boy. Oh, missed the pot. Or the urn, the whatever you want to call it. Survived on our skateboard, though, so, you know. Take what you can get. And an absolute rain of hammers to protect yourself from snaily creeps. Yeah, we'll just roll with it, you know? Blast through the literal pigs. Yeah, you know, it's difficult to comment a whole lot on a game that I've already basically played, you know? It's pretty much the only thing to talk about is the thematic differences, which are present, but not that impactful. Just been missing the urns all over here. Oh no, that one I did get, and I guess it is a pot. It refers to it as a pot in-game. We too shall refer to it as a pot. Yep, there we go. The music's obviously a little bit different as well. It's not bad music, it's not, don't think it's quite as good as the Wonder Boy music. Call me a purist, I know. Plays Wonder Boy once. Yeah, I'm something of a Wonder Boy purist. That was bad. I feel like Adventure Island, I think, is a little bit harder. I feel like these jumps I'm not quite making. Jumps that I otherwise would have likely made in Wonder Boy. There. Survived that one, though. A flower, I see. Thank you. Very, very pleased to have this flower. Shit! That was him. I knew he'd be coming somewhere. We need food! We need food! I gotta remember which eggs the bloodsuckers are in. So I'm not even gonna have the decency to call it a Grim Reaper, because it's not in this game, you know? It's like some bizarre, stinging, blood-sucking freak. Well, that was bad. I'll be the first to admit that. Game over. Yeah, you got me. You got me, game. Again. I like how our stupid face, too. I used to always think it was a mustache until, you know, I noticed him jump, and nope, that's just his mouth. Our hero just looks a little goofy. If anybody has a mouth like that, I deeply apologize for calling your face stupid. Although, we're probably gonna be in the clear. If you look like a literal cartoon, then hey, you might just be marketable. Gonna make some TV exec somewhere a very happy man. Invincibility makes everyone a happy boy. Who doesn't love just plowing through everything in their path? Got the pot. No one can say I'm a pot misser. I know that's what everybody was saying, you know. That was the word around town, hey. 60 minutes to lose guy, he's a big pot misser. That's the way you ensure you just never get viewers right there. You get a reputation for missing pots. That's it. I'm just focusing. I want to try to not lose the skateboard this time. I mean, I'll lose it eventually, probably anyway, but we can do our best due diligence to not just immediately lose it, you know? That swordfish trips me up every time because I'm like, is that a platform? No, it's not. There's a cloud platform right above him, though. I say, it's nice that you get an extra little hit when you're on the skateboard, but boy does it make the controls a little more wonky. We survived the entire level with it though, so that's remarkable. Far superior to my typical charades with the skateboard where I tend to just kind of die immediately. Got the milk, we're good to go. I already had pretty much full health as it was, but, you know. And just like that, botched it immediately. I gotta remember, be patient with the bats, let them come to you. This is definitely harder than Wonder Boy. Just the exclusion of a continue function goes a long way in ensuring that. Oh, wasn't let me throw any hammers. I was spamming too many of them, but at the last second, I was redeemed. Yeah, I was gonna say, that one's safe to open up. Now I probably don't have to open any other eggs at this point here. Yeah, we'll just ignore them. Do not be tempted by their oblong shapes. I'm not sure if that was actually a second egg spawning or a graphical glitch. Knowing the NES, very well could have just been a sprite doubling itself as I was scrolling it off. This I can open though. Yeah. Not gonna go for the pot. It's a trap. But my points, I know. I love the points too. Finally made it past the caves. Irks me knowing how close I was. So many times. No pot bonus, oh no. I guess I will be known as a pot misser now and forever. Ah yes, I remember this. Wow, that was the goofiest way to miss a pot, you know, just don't jump high enough. Okay. I no longer can take a hit, but I'm also not burdened with the notion of having to move forward 24/7, so, you know. Ups and downs. Saved ourselves from the frog. And toasted ourselves on the fire. You do not get an extra life for 25,000 points. Just in case you didn't know. In case you didn't hash that out for yourself at home. The frogs! The frogs! I think enemies and such move a little bit quicker than they did in Wonder Boy as well. But no, this is definitely like a Wonder Boy hard mode. And I don't think the graphics are as charming. I like the big ol' outline Master System look. What can I say? Everything feels like a comic book. And yet I don't know if it got any comic-based games in the US. I know it got like an X-Men game in like Brazil and stuff, but the Master System Brazilian library, does it even... this might be controversial, but does it count? It's full of just kind of a lot of ports that barely work. Because everyone in Brazil apparently owned a Master System. Because it was cheap. But there's a point where it's like, if half your library is barely functional ports, how much do you really want to count that? Not like it's full of killer apps that can only be played on the Master System. No, you're just kind of getting worse versions of games that have already come out elsewhere. As we've seen with Space Harrier, although, to be fair, at the time that Space Harrier came out on the Master System, I do believe that was the only home console way to play it, so, okay, justified a little bit. I've been talking about the Master System so much, I've almost convinced myself that this was a Master System episode. It's not. We're on the NES. Which had a long, fruitful, and uneven library in the US. Undoubtedly. You know, people always attribute the NES to having saved console gaming, and that very well may be true. But don't think for a moment that other systems didn't improve it. I legitimately thought I was going to throw another hammer out as I jumped towards it, so, you know. In case you're wondering. That's where that collapse came from. But no, you can only have like 2 hammers out on the screen at a time. There we go. That one's done. My Sega Saturn was supposed to come in yesterday, but I apparently was not home, according to the FedEx tag. They did not ring the doorbell, which I know because I can hear it from where I am. Even if I got these headphones on, I can hear the big old ding-dong. So I'm like, did you just like stand there at the door, wait 10 seconds, and then decide I wasn't home? I may have mentioned that in the Zillion episode. I can't remember. But you know, when something's weighing on me, just gotta bring it up 100 times. Nah, it's fine. It'll come today, and as long as they follow my delivery instructions of use the doorbell, it will be mine. How am I supposed to play as the car from Daytona, USA in Fighters Mega Mix if I don't have my Saturn hooked up? And yeah, once I do get the Saturn hooked up, the only consoles that I'll really be missing are... I'm looking forward to the Analog Duo Express, which is... which is Analog's recreation of the TurboGrafx 16, but it's meant to play basically anything that has ever existed. Japanese, US, both types of releases, with the CD games and HuCard games. Now, normally I'm not much into buying clone consoles, but between how expensive Turbo Duos are getting and how faulty the CD drives are in them, I have no problem going for this. And then, of course, I still need a Master System as well, but once I have those, I'll pretty much be filled up. I've dabbled in the idea of owning like a 3DO or a Jaguar or something like that, but Jaguar, that's really the case of I'd be buying it for one game. Alien vs. Predator. Shit. Okay, so it leaves us once we get down to 2 health regardless, but man, those last 2 ticks of health, those vanished into thin air. I gotta remember about that thing though, it's a dirty inclusion. Oh right, that was game over. I was like, what happened? We're not the start of the level? Yeah, because that was a terrible attempt, man. It's so odd that they didn't include a continue function in Adventure Island. Genuinely strange. I would definitely just call this Wonder Boy Hard Mode. Why not? You know? I mean, besides the obvious fact that they couldn't license it that way. But for practical purposes, it's what it is. I've learned something in all my escapades ordering things at the start of the year, and that's that record stores take a long time to ship things out. I still haven't even gotten the invoice for one purchase that I made. Ordered a Gridlink album and a Druk album. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. I've probably been spending my whole life mispronouncing that band's name, but ordered those from some Canadian record distributor, I suppose. I don't want to call them a label, because I don't think they don't really sign artists. They just distribute artists that are already signed in other countries. And they had a great selection. It's just, I'm getting worried. I'm like, are you gonna send me this invoice? Did you process that I ordered this? Like, I was expecting it to be the kind of thing where it's like, we'll be contacting you soon, and then 5 minutes later I just get an automated invoice, but no, I didn't. That's okay, though. I believe I also bought some albums directly from Earache Records. I believe I bought, Bolt Thrower's War Master, Entombed's Left Hand Path, and... what else was it? Yeah, At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul. That hasn't shipped yet. Now, the ones that have shipped are my $20 spin order. Chemist's The Hunted, Two Mold's Planetary Clairvoyance, and See, I've ordered so many records this month, I can't even remember what the third one that I ordered from 20 Buck Spin was. Wasn't Death. No, Death I ordered from Relapse. I don't know, man, I guess I'm just gonna be even more excited when I see... when I see these records finally come in, you know? Garbage! I got, you know, I keep telling myself, be patient with the bats, and then I just keep taking that advice and throwing it on the floor and saying, I don't want patience with bats. Throw my bowl of cereal all over. Make Mother wonder what she did to deserve this behavior. I'm just trying to think of what that third album that I bought from 20 Buck Spin was. It's bugging me so much. Obsequiae! That was what it was. An outstanding black metal band from Minneapolis. Ah! This is not outstanding. Incorporate a lot of medieval melodies into their music. All their album covers have beautiful pictures of, like, ruins on them and whatnot. I gotta stop cracking open that egg. And then from Relapse Records, I ordered a Death's Individual Thought Patterns full of Hellsweeping Choir. And Yob's The Great Cessation. I remember. We've been fooled by that before. That's... I hate it. So I'm clearly not at the top of my game, which, quite frankly, I feel fine with, because, again, we already did Wonder Boy. This feels more like a bonus episode than anything else. But, you know, I felt obligated to do it. I guess this is... Is this the very first double that we've done? What I mean by double, I mean, you know, a game that we've covered once already, and now we're just kind of covering it again. I think this is the very first, despite what some of the great sports games feel like. Hard to stay super engaged with it when you're like, I've already done this episode, you know? But I'm trying my best here. So I'm trying to fill you up with little extra factoids about my life, other media here. Even though I know that was the Hudson Bee. I saw it for just a brief second, but that was definitely the Hudson Bee. No, I know, you know, not everyone else is gonna have all the same interests as me, but hey, I talk about what I know. Perhaps the more I talk about extreme metal, the more everybody else will be interested in it. Doubtful. Perhaps the more I hype up the Cleveland Browns, people are gonna cheer for the Browns. Again, doubtful. But what are we really gonna do, you know? There are a number of content creators that I watch who do kind of the same thing. They watch... talk about stuff I wouldn't have thought to talk about, and then... What do I know? Next thing, I'm looking it up, and I'm like, ooh, this is kind of interesting. I watch a few different, like, racing YouTubers, as in, like, playing, like, a Gran Turismo and stuff like that. I just find it to be very relaxing content, actually. And they're frequently talking about cars and whatnot, and I'm like, I have no interest in cars. But I'm interested in what you're telling me. The next thing I know, I'm like, yeah, man, I know what that specific model is, kinda. Couldn't tell you much about it, but I know it exists. So I know so much about cars that I didn't even pull out a real model. I just said, yeah, that model. Right. This level should not be this hard. Wasn't this hard in Wonder Boy. I don't know, maybe I was just born to Sega. I didn't really grow up with anything Sega, honestly. Like, everyone that I knew had a Super Nintendo, not a Genesis. Nobody had a Dreamcast. The Saturn is right out. It's just the kind of thing where, you know... Okay, don't open any eggs. I just had no real exposure to anything Sega. Like, that's more of a late stage thing for me here. A late stage, I say, as if I'm in the final home stretch of my life. Gee, I hope not. So many things I want to do. You gotta remember, that platform doesn't come back up. It just goes down. So, get that right in your head, you loon. This we can safely crack open. I think that still counts for collecting the pot, though. Yep, there we go. Ish. Well, almost made it through that level cleanly. Until we didn't. Okay, so what's our plan here? Survive? Put up a performance that isn't a total joke? Oh, sorry man, but you went to clown college, everything you do is a joke. But did not actually go to clown college, by the way. That frog! I've died to that frog before. I gotta stop allowing myself to get bullied by frogs. It's not a good look. Oh no, I just said that phrase. I hate that phrase where people are like, oh, not a good look, man. It's like, well then what is a good look? You tell me. Oh, we've never made it this far in Adventure Island before. It's a new paradigm. All because the controls are a little more annoying. Extra life? Nope. No such luck. Tried to get him. Couldn't do it. My conscience kicked in. Conscience. Ooh, that is one word. Like, I'm pretty good at words and all that, typically. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that's just the Welcome to Boss World sound. Wow, I never died to a single boss in Wonder Boy. Play Adventure Island, guess what? He yeeted you out of existence. What is wrong with me? Now I'm questioning myself, is the game actually that much harder? Or am I just, like, on my C game right now? I don't know, man. Either way, Wonder Boy's my best friend. I think I currently have it ranked as the best game on the Master System so far. Again, so far. Won't be like, oh, it's not the best game on the Master System. We're not done with it yet, man. We got plenty of Master System to go. Plenty of life to squeeze out of it. Alright. It's like, oh, we still got plenty of life to squeeze out of this episode of Adventure Island. I only wish I could put on a better performance for you, in terms of raw gameplay ability. Which, instead of just filling up with mentions of other media, not even really factoids, you know, I'm not telling you anything, like, what am I gonna say? Oh yeah, watch the new Promised Neverland episode last night. And then just end it there? Actually, it's probably for the best ending stuff there. You don't wanna drop spoilers for stuff like that in a place where nobody would expect it. Not like I expect everybody watching this to be Promised Neverland fans, but, you know, better safe than sorry. There's some people, they play it so fast and loose with the spoilers, they're like, everyone's seen this by now, or nobody's gonna care about that. And it's like, somebody's gonna. You're just inviting tragedy with that assumption. Don't even bother looking up anime theme songs on YouTube, because the comments are just full of filthy, putrid manga readers spoiling everything. I don't even think that they're, like, intentionally trying to spoil things. I think that they just don't think. Well, I mean, come on, they're anime fans. Clearly they don't think, right? Got him. Yeah, but what else can I think to, you know, cram into the same discussion here? We've talked about the Cleveland Browns. We've talked about seasonal anime. We've talked about extreme metal. There's got to be more, right? What else am I into? I don't know, man. That's everything. I used to watch a lot of wrestling. I still keep up with it. Actually kind of stopped watching halfway through 2020. I watched AEW Dynamite every single week, and I just felt burnt out. Not because Dynamite is a bad show, not at all. It's best televised wrestling the USA has gotten maybe ever. It's just, you know, the fatigue of knowing, oh, it's Wednesday, now I just have to watch wrestling for 2 hours. Don't open this egg. Good job. Look at the restraint. Okay, now. I actually don't want the skateboard at all. Shit! I'm like, there has to be a way to get the pot and survive by not walking into the rolling boulder, right? There has to be some method of making that all work. I haven't found any yet, though. Oh yeah, gameplay update. I've finished the Old World Blues DLC in Fallout New Vegas. First time I ever played through that. It was fantastic. Better than the base game, as far as I'm concerned. I also thought Dead Money was better than the base game. See, I'm not doing this to be a contrarian, I'm really not, but I don't think Fallout New Vegas is the best RPG ever. I think it's like a solid 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I factor in how buggy the game is on its own merits. People are always like, you can mod it and then it's not buggy anymore. And I'm like, yes, but then you're not really grading the game itself, are you? If a game requires fan intervention to be playable, it's not a good game. And I'm not saying that I think Fallout New Vegas is a bad game, not at all. I think it's put on a pedestal. And I don't think it can really be argued. I guess anything can be argued. But, I don't know. The game crumbles under the weight of its own ambitions, I feel. Take the game's reputation system, for example. I, somehow found myself in a feedback loop where the entire NCR faction attacks me on sight, Even though I have overwhelmingly positive reputation with them. Now, if I dress up as an NCR faction member... Hey, yeah, it's a game controller we just picked up. Cool. If we dress up as an NCR faction member, normal NCR members will not attack me, but NCR Rangers will, if I get too close to them. And I have no idea what is going on with this game. It's harder. It's absolutely harder. You gotta jump higher, which means you can't get as many shots off. What is happening to me? I'm feeling gaslit by Adventure Island right now. Give hammer, please. Thank you. Okay. Thank God. We beat one boss. It took us 41 minutes. By the time we reached 41 minutes in Wonder Boy, we were already in like Area 4 or something like that. No extra life at 40,000 either. What are you doing to me, Hudson? What's a guy gotta do to get an extra life around here? Hudson doesn't play around. They're like, you think this is a game? I'm like, that's literally what I think it is, yes. Hudson says, get out of here with that childish demeanor of yours. Good. I was like, please don't be a blood-sucking Grim Reaper thing, and it was not. It was a guardian angel sent from above. Yaha! And it lasted just long enough to, show the frog that, I'm no longer scared of it. Hey, there we go! 50,000 points for an extra life. That's steep. But okay. Fair. Fair enough. I'm not in any position to bargain right here. That nearly got me! Same with that. Can we stop with the, giant swordfish? They're making me nervous. I see. I see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's taken this long. But my stupid reptile... That's what happens when you hesitate, by the way. Hesitation kills. It's a new high score, but I don't feel great about it. You know, like, if that's your high score, then man, you see... Who knows, maybe this game's got like a continue code or something like that. Doubt it, but... You'd be surprised how many NES games do have continue codes. It's like, yeah, sure, we can save some time for you, but you gotta know the secret password. Wow, gee, thanks, Nintendo. Now I don't have to keep my good old NES powered on for 5 hours. No. Continue code is not the same as the save point, I know. That was a false equivalency for the sake of a joke there. Because of the false equivalency, the joke fell flat on its face. Lord forgive me. For I have committed a cardinal comedy sin. Good. Good enough, is what I would say. Absolutely not good enough. No. Maybe Adventure Island 2 and 3 will come into their own a little bit more. It'll be a while before we see those, of course. But we will eventually! As long as I don't lose permanent use of both of my thumbs. In which case, well then I guess I'll be playing this all on a keyboard. which can be done. Some madmen might even prefer it, which is odd. Like, I've seen people speedrun Super Meat Boy on a keyboard, and I'm like, that seems counterproductive, but you do you. So, we don't speak of this attempt. We bury this one deep. What a shoddy episode. It pales in comparison to Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy, I don't know, I just felt like it controlled better, and that could be just like my brain playing tricks on me, and they might control the exact same. But swear on me mum, Wonder Boy just feels better. I should be dead. I should be a dead man after that close encounter with a bird. I don't have to jump for those apples. We've learned this a long time ago. See, I'm starting to get some muscle memory for this first level. I better. I've played it 100 times. Oh, my apologies. Nobody wants to get coughed at. Yep, trip on the snail again with your skateboard. Now, I know, trying to play it fast and flashy is cool and all, but the thing is I die every time I do that, so slow it down a little bit, man. You're not gonna make all these jumps in one slick movement. Don't spend forever on a single octopus either, time's ticking. You are a walking time bomb ready to explode. I felt so confident that I was going to die. That's how this game has rewired me here. Confidence in my own failings. I was like, yeah. We got this. No way we're making through it alive. Somehow, here I am. Still alive. Okay, haven't lost any lives. Going into level 3, you know, don't mean to jinx it. Good old amount of, pot points, as we call it. Nobody calls it that. Well, we just did. We didn't even die. I mean, get hit. Of course we didn't die. We have the skateboard. The only thing that can kill us now is, you know... And bottomless pits, which are abundant. That is to say, we're not remotely in the clear. Okay. What have we learned about this? Don't fall for the eggs charms. Like this one coming up right here? Yeah, that one specifically. Good job. You successfully avoided it. And then a bat gets you off your skateboard. So, the pot. It's the biggest trap in the whole wide world, and I'm not gonna fall for it again. You might be able to if you have the skateboard, now that I think about it. Okay. Took a hit, but we're fine. We still have all our lives intact. It's remarkable. 10 minutes left of the episode. We can do this. We can power through Adventure Island. Now, I gotta wonder, would I still think Wonder Boy is better if I had played Wonder Boy after Adventure Island? It's the whole, how does the human brain work question there. I'd like to think I would. It does still have the better graphics. Thanks for the milk. Okay, frog. I know where the frogs live in this level. Until another one shows up and messes me up. Good. Made it over that. Jump of doom. Destroy all the spiders. What are they doing for me anyway here? Nothing. Just waiting to kill me. May I say, what a weak man if he dies after being grazed by the single leg of a spider. I'm amazed those haven't gotten me yet. Those... Heck, even in Wonder Boy, I died to those guys once or twice. Cool. Okay. Fight him properly. That's not how you fight him properly. Good. I had my doubts. But they were unfounded. And we have all our lives going into Area 2. Wonderful. It only took us 50 minutes. That's okay. Sometimes it takes you longer to accomplish stuff in a game than you'd like. It doesn't make us inferior, it just makes us inferior. Alright. So far, so good. Yeah. Take that Cupid and destroy the world with it. You might say, hey, not every little angel is a Cupid. And say, oh, you're right. I hesitated there and actually didn't get punished for it. It's a dream come true. That I was screwed either way. I just had to approach it better. Which I didn't do. Look at that! The impressive dodge right under the frog, and then the unimpressive run right into the side of an octopus. You just run. Just run to the right, and then you're fine. It's all very hideous right now. I'm prepared now, see? Okay, I died at this spot once, but I remember now. And of course, it was the end of the level where I did wind up dying. You expect it. Probably... No, we have enough to get an extra life here, right? Nope. That's okay, there should be a couple easy enemies at the very start of the level here. The flower didn't get me much. There we go. There's an extra life. We get one more little attempt. Thank God the rocks just take life off. The only thing that doesn't kill you outright and that tells you, hey, do better. Otherwise, everything else here is out for your blood. Just like that. You get a little snake spit on you, that's the end. almost got snake spit on me right there. We did a small jump instead of a high jump. You gotta hold down B to do a high jump. You gotta hold down B at all times. What a miserable way to go out. Yeah, no, it's... doesn't have shit on Wonder Boy. But... it doesn't mean it's a bad game. Heck, with all the fourth quarter filler bargain bin atrocities coming out, this might even still wind up being like the second best game of the month. We'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised. I say that as if it's like, oh yeah, Wonder Boy but different is somehow the second best game. I don't know, man. There's intangibles with this, you know, like Wonder Boy I'll confidently state is a wonderful time, no pun intended. Adventure Island, I for some reason have just a few like reservations about, despite it being basically the same game. Is it the lack of continues? Is it the physics feeling just a little bit different? Don't know, man. It's gotta be something, clearly. It's not just an opinion forming out of thin air with absolutely no basis, as much as I do like to do that. No, it's just something's not clicking like something clicked in Wonder Boy. Mega Drive does what Nintendo doesn't. That's how it went. Proper ad campaign, proper saying. It's all there. You don't believe me? Read a book. Read specifically a book that I wrote so that it establishes that I'm right. He looks so happy on his skateboard. The skateboard, okay, whether it's Adventure Island or Wonder Boy, it's an odd inclusion, feels a little bit anachronistic. I guess I don't know when these games are supposed to actually take place. If Adventure Island 2 is any indication, I believe this actually does take place in prehistoric times. I think there are dinosaurs in Adventure Island 2, which clearly makes it a vastly superior game immediately, right out the gate. Oh, what's that? You thought I was gonna break that egg open? Don't make me laugh. Graceful. We're going for it now. We're gonna beat the whole game in a minute and a half. Are we going fast enough yet? Don't break the next egg. Good job. Rock solid execution here so far. Yeah, we could use this to get the pot and live, but I would have had to set it up better. Which I didn't do. I felt like I executed that level remarkably well compared to my past atrocious attempts. How many times can I miss the spiders? Answer: most times. I miss them so much that I just die to one immediately. And you know what? I'm just gotta call that time, you know? Like, what am I gonna do? Play 9 more seconds of Adventure Island and say, ooh, you got your money's worth there, kids. It's all free content. Nah, you know, had I played it prior to Wonder Boy, I may have thought it was better, but it it does feel just a little bit off compared to Wonder Boy. It's still fine. Obviously, the fact that you got to start the game over from the very beginning is a little rough. Again, we've been over this. That's the kind of thing. It forces you to achieve excellence in your gameplay. We all know that. It's a way to force the player to be good and learn from their mistakes and put in real effort. But man, you're dragging me down Adventure Island. I prefer Wonder Boy. That said, it's still fine. If you didn't have a Master System back in the day, which you likely didn't, Adventure Island is a perfectly suitable substitution. It's just not quite as good. With that, tomorrow on the NES, oh boy, we're playing Galaga. Its subtitle is Galaga Demons of Death, but I am very confident that it's just regular old Galaga, which is a good arcade game. It's just old at this point and very basic. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Galaga came out in 1981, so it's already like a 7-year-old game by the time it comes out on the NES. So we'll get through it. Thank you for joining me. We'll catch you next time.